What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be, as usual, first and foremost, as usual, this is our weekly outlook video. What we're going to look at today is NAS and USD. We could maybe have a look at gold, depending on how long we take with these analyses, right? I'm not really looking for much on gold right now. And then we're just going to have a brief look at the economic calendar just to see what's what, yeah? So the Nasdaq. Essentially we were waiting on a breaking structure to confirm that we're going to hold the trend line. Now, if you guys remember, I spoke of this firstly, if the sell side possibility we break through, we must retest. We come down to the 200 and we don't sell anymore, right? And then the second thing I covered was we're going to come up, we can retest an area of support somewhere or the trend line, and then we can break upward. Now, I didn't actually mean to show you this to you guys yet, but anyway, so as you can see, we came from the top of the channel. This is actually supposed to be here, guys. We came from the top of the channel. As you can see, that's like a big long channel that I'm going on here. We came from the top of the channel, came all the way down. Now, the reason I put that line there was this, like, normal strategy. I'm sure most of you know, in the channel we must dip. You dip. That's a confirmed trend line, downward trend line. We broke that downward trend line, and now we're waiting for a retest of this area here to the left, right? So essentially, now that we know that trend line's there, I'm just gonna hide it there quickly to move for visibility, right? Ideally, so where we got in is, well, our team, or most of us got in. We took along from the minute this breaking structure confirmed with this bullish engulfing candle, we got in immediately after that. Right, so my stop loss is over here, and my take profit is at about 16,000. So that's kind of what I'm looking at the moment, right? This is actually very good, guys. Like, this is solid momentum, and the only thing that stopped me from moving my stop to entry was because we didn't retest this bit up here, meaning we can come down again to come test here and then go up, but look where I am, so I'm fine. We could also go as far as, sorry guys, we could also go as far as coming down right through, touch here and go up, but then I'll still be okay, yeah? So that's just something to take into consideration. Nonetheless, guys, for those of you who didn't take the entry and would like to try to seek another entry now, there is a possibility of 1 year where we are right now. So I'll put one in here, right? So the reason you have an opportunity to enter from here, simple, guys. You can break the 50, right? Retest it and get in, right? Sorry, let me just do that again. You can break it, retest it, and then go up again, right? Alternatively, we could also market open comes, like wick upward, wick down, catch up with your 8 and your 14 EMA, giving them time to cross over, and then continue upside, right? So 16,000 is a very ambitious target, I would say, for this week. 16,000 has been my target for, since before we broke the structure. Like 16,000 was like a year for me already, right? So ideally, now that we have this break and a confirmation of this, just want to zoom out to show you guys other aspects of what you can also, the reasoning behind all of this, right? So here's your liquidity pool, here's your break of structure, here's your liquidity sweep, and then now you have the final test of the low. Bang, final test, failed, gone, right? So if you guys are wondering how I came to the conclusion to chase this, what I did was, remember, I'm just going on the daily, guys. Like, I'm not really, how can I say, I'm not saying I'll break it. I'll show you guys if you want to, like, see what I'm going to do on the weekly charts and so on, right? No, it wasn't there. If you want to go on the weekly charts and so on, right, then I'll show you guys how to go about doing that, right? During the week, what I would like for you guys is to kind of join the Telegram channel, and I can actually take updates. So that's why I update the current trades that I have. So it's like 4 hour, 1 hour, coming into the New York opens, what we can expect. So I go into a little bit more than I do over the YouTube channel. So I just talk holistically here. On the others, I'll share setups throughout the week of setups like I'm interested in taking, the combination of scalp and day trading. Just depends on like the conditions of the market really, right? So what we want to do is come up to a conclusion why we're here, right? First and foremost, the liquidity sweep was reason enough, to be honest with you guys. There. So as you can see, whoops, wrong thing. To target here, right? So as you can see, the Fibonacci extension gave me this target here, which is a valid target, right? And it's above this area, because what could happen here is, so you see how I'm valid for the minus 61.8, bang, bang, and then we're in, right? The 16,000 marker can be found in a variety of ways, guys. Like, could even use this to get close. So ideally, I think in round numbers with NAS, and that's kind of how you come to your conclusions. And then when you look at here, I'm 15,802. I suppose it would be a valid area, but like obviously I would probably hold all the way till 16,000, but 15,800 is a valid target. As you can see, I do have area close by there. Now a couple of hundred pips, right? So there's multiple conclusions I came to. So I think in round numbers ideally. So if we broke that, we must come to 16,800. If 16,800 can essentially hold the previous area here, bang, bang, 15,800 guys, sorry, can hold the area, 16,000 becomes very likely. I'm not that far off. Then my other confluences are the fact that there's also the 261.8 up here, right? That's also confidence for me that that's another major pivot point. So I don't mind holding to 16,000, and a lot of the time it actually holds out, guys. Let me just clear off my charts quickly. Don't want things to be all messy. Ideally, in an ideal world, you kind of want to, those of you who didn't take from the bottom and want to take again, take it on a 4-hour first, right? So on a 4-hour, what you're going to wait for is a break up here. You must let it break the 200. So it can test the support area and the 200, or one of the two, and then shoot up, right? You could run it there and take smaller entries if you guys want. I mean, you have multiple entries here where that you can actually get in on a 4-hour chart and not just, can the big move. I lean more towards swing trading, so that's kind of normal, like target race for me. Like, but if you want to take like smaller bits, there's here. You can target this area first, or you can go up, be a little bit more cheeky and target this up here. You can take them into separate portions. There's multiple ways you can run that exact same move. So for these, ideally, you kind of want to join the Telegram channel. Then in the Telegram, I break these trades down into individual entries that can be taken. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much Nasdaq in a nutshell. I'm fully bullish on this thing. I don't want to go on too much about all the technicalities of everything. You could take those moves up there. It just depends on how you want to do it. Honestly, I recommend, like I say, join the Telegram channel. Things become a lot more sensible for those of you who don't want to swing trade to join the channel. So for example, like that I did for 4-hour, I'll also go look for setups coming into the various opens. Then we look at scalp setups that might pan out. I will not be looking for scalp setups right now. Obviously it doesn't make sense. But yeah, so essentially NAS, I'm bullish. I'm not going to waste my time looking for a sell. If it does sell, we'll probably come down into this vicinity and then come up. If we do end up testing the trend line again, that's also fine. Because of, like I said, because of where my entry is, like I'm not too worried about it too much. But yeah, next we'll have a look at USD, yeah? So now we're going to go through USD, right? Very interesting action happened on this quite suddenly for like the last like 2 days of the week. Very cool. So as you guys will remember, not this last video that I shared, the one before, we spoke of chasing the 200 MA. That's what happened. We're going up. We now, we recognize this bit as the false breakout that we recovered. Yeah, the market came down, broke through, broke back in with this. I got in from like somewhere here, because I covered it in the video. But what I did was, like, I took the 4-hour confirmations to sort of show me what I needed to do. So in order to do that, we saw the bullish momentum, then saw the 3 bears. That's already something, guys. As soon as the 3 bears came out, I put a line there. You know, when to go look to go see if, when we get the breaks in structure that are required for everything to sort of fall into place. Then we saw this, and we saw the hidden bullish divergence. Yeah, that was the hidden bullish divergence here, and over yeah, right. Then what I waited for was the second one that confirmed that it's inside. Right? So there we broke. Okay, this confirmation candle came in just before this candlestick closed, like maybe 5 minutes. Get in, running the still running the trade all the way up. But I do swing, so I tend to just monitor it on daily once I catch my entry points, right? So for this new week, what I do think it must pull back and come test this 50 again somehow. So I do think somewhere along the line there will be an entry here. Firstly, we broke the support area, so we have a possibility of the market opening, come downward here, and then we continue to the upside, right? What that would look like is something like this, right? Just above the all-time high, maybe something like that. Yeah, that's what I would target first. Remember, guys, this is on a daily chart, so the pip count is obviously not the pip count, like the visually speaking. Now this risk to reward thing kind of doesn't look great, but it's pretty good. What I do have is, what I plan on doing is either keeping my entry open from the bottom here, so my entry looked something like this for the same target, that's what my entry looked like initially. But what I'm actually considering is, instead of this, chase it until it reaches the base, the top of the little channel that we are going here. The reason being is because, let's say hypothetically the channel goes up, and obviously same with the bottom. If we can hold this channel, just think about it this way. Realistically speaking, I could ride this whole thing out and it couldn't touch even once until it eventually nicks and then comes all the way down. So remember, if anywhere in here within this body I retest, it wouldn't matter because of where I entered. The same would go for this one. Right? So essentially what I'm saying to you is, until we break out of this channel downside or upside, we don't know, but I mean specifically now for the purposes of this exercise, let's say it breaks to the downside, it must break through the trend line before you close. So we've seen multiple false breakouts on this one here, right? Meaning it wants to respect this channel. So if you catch the buy and you catch it on a retrace, so let it retest in some way, even if you have to scale down to the 4-hour to look for a wick, right? Get in. You could swing this trade for quite some time. I mean, we could be bouncing up and down in this channel, but because, let's say it comes in, let me just remove this one out of the way. Just let's say it comes up, it rallies, and even if it ranges, just stay in profits. The only way you're going to go back into negative if you enter from there is if it actually breaks structure, and by then your stop would have already at the very least been into entry. And yeah, that's pretty much USDT in a nutshell right now. I won't be looking for sales here. I've been in early. My recommendation is wait for retest here, try and get in somewhere here. You put it more or less like that. I mean, if you plan on holding the trend till above, like till here, that's perfectly fine. If you do plan on holding, you see where my little horizontal line is. If you do plan on holding till there, just hold. Just keep holding. Once you retest, if you get in from here and you can retest that all-time high, the chances of you hitting this target is very high, right? So because you're here, there's a whole lot of price action to protect you from getting taken out here, and that's why you're able to do it. The minute we can confirm a retest on this line, our stop comes to entry, and then on the second retrace, all we do is our stops are moved into profits and done. Then we're in risk-free trading. I'm not, like I said, I won't be looking for any sells here. right now, I mean, it's not to say the market won't retrace quite vigorously. I mean, this was a very aggressive move. So what could happen is like we could like pull, reject that area and come test the trend line again, you know. But guess what? I'm still not going to get stopped out. However, if we can actually just get a retest of this line, it's confirmation that we're not necessarily going to go to the trend line. So you get a bearish candle, maybe a bullish candle with another, the second confirmation bullish candle is your entry candle, and just run it all the way to where you need it to be. Yeah, and that's USDT, guys. Like, I wouldn't really be looking for sells here. They're only going to be retraces. For that purpose, then I would go look at the 4-hour chart. I see no divergence taking place here at all, you know. So in theory, the market could rally up something like this and come down and not be able to hold it and break in here. Should by some miracle something like that happen, it would look like this. Oops, the wrong thing. It would look like this. This is what your risk reward would look like. Not too bad, I guess. You know, could actually come in a little bit tighter. That's what your no. That's this way. That's what your risk reward would look like. But I wouldn't really be seeking sales further than that trend line. Hence why I said I'm not going to be taking any sales. Outside of that, guys, like, keep this area in mind. Be really careful when you get here. Like you can see, I take caution when we get to this close partials, move stop to entry if not in profits. Right, so I'm gonna move my current one from down at the bottom to entry, and then I'm gonna not to entry, maybe just below entry, and then I'm gonna wait for a retest of this line. Once that happens, I'll move my stop probably straight into profits. Once that retest happens, take the buy. It would be safe to take the buy, even if you did a small one. Then for that one, we go on to the 4-hour chart. Even if we did a small one like this, you know, to just above this line, because you're obviously catering for the wick. Wait for that retest confirmation candle, and you do something like that. That's not too bad. You could do that as well, just in case this is like, if we look at like the bigger picture. In case this was the down, and then we kind of wick upward, we go up, we break that, come back down, you know, like you kind of don't want to get stuck in that. That's why with this specifically, you can do this, but the benefit is you just need to move your stop to entry so that you don't get stopped out like negative. You don't want to lose really. And remember, if you're going to trade it on a daily chart, like, things can get a little bit wonky, so you kind of just want to be up there, come down and go in. Once you break here, essentially you're pretty good to go. Even if we range, you'd be in profits. If we pull down, like, you'd be in profits because you wouldn't get taken out because of this support area here, and you could still hold the buy all the way up to that red line. That's totally up to you. But anyway, within this vicinity is good to go. Those of you who did follow the video and did catch this entry here, well done. Yeah, and that's your city, guys. Let's just quickly have a look see at the fundamentals. We have nothing much going on for, well, NAS or US city so much. We have building permits, that's for USA, won't affect much. Crude oil inventories is a so-so. Initial jobless claims, that will affect NAS, and maybe the fully fed in at manufacturing index, that might affect as well. And then, yeah, that's about it for the US. Should be a pretty chilled week. Trading week's pretty stable coming into the end of the year. Things aren't gonna go too nuts, like, you know, it's more retail season coming in, retail trader season rather, coming in soon. So things will get a little bit steadier, I think, coming into that time frame. I generally will try and seek an entry around about mid-November and then not trade for the, like, hold that trade right through into the new year. But that's just kind of what I would have done. I will cover some other aspects of like what I'm going to be doing during the retail season in another video. But yeah, from that's basically it, guys. We're not really going to be looking at gold for this week. Let's just have a quick squiz at it just to see. So as expected, it did drop a little bit. I think what might happen is something like this. When we come down, the market might come down, do a liquidity sweep here, then come up, wait for another retest and bang up. Alternatively, what could also happen is we could literally just lose momentum all the way down here and then come back up, push the what's it called, the 50 and the 200 EMA might just push upward, and bang, it causes a golden cross and the market will just go flying up. The dollar is kind of strong right now, so it's not too much, like, not going to read too much into gold for now. The sudden drop just signals something is going to happen here. Like, but we'll just wait and see. I see it is trying to push through this 50 EMA. So if the 50 can break above again, we get the golden cross, we'll take the buy. It's not going to be that fantastic though, because I do recall mapping something else out on this chart. Oh, there's a bigger thing, so it must have been on the weekly. Yeah, so there's a channel here on the weekly, a downward channel. I ideally only want to start getting in once we can break above this again. Yeah. Once that happens, then I'll get in on gold again. Otherwise, I'm not going to be looking gold's way. I do plan on putting an alert somewhere, right? So, but it's in no condition right now. I mean, there could, if you're looking at the weekly, you could possibly see a sell push downward again, another sell, confirming what we just covered now with the whole liquidity sweep. Yeah, take it out here and then go. You know, let's just wait and see. It's neither here nor there right now, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens, and then we'll take it from there. Yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have any questions or comments, please use the section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for the video to get notified when we are uploading more videos. There is another one coming probably later today. And without further ado, guys, let's get moving more than average.